Donald Trump has given his first speech to the United Nations in 5 years, using his speech to launch an attack on immigration. The US president is warning Western leaders that their countries were going to hell because of unchecked migration.
Not only is the UN not solving the problems it should, too often, it's actually creating new problems for us to solve. The best example is the #1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States. Think of that. The UN is supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States, and then we have to get them out.
He specifically took aim at London Mayor Sadiq Khan, claiming he wanted to bring in Sharia law. Dominic Waghorn is in New York.
Yeah, it was long and rambling. It was meant to go on for less than 15 minutes. That's the allotted time each world leader is given to speak. He went on and on and on, didn't he? He went on for, I think, almost an hour, and it was what he calls a weave. He had a script, he had a speech, but he kind of weaved off it and back onto it from, one place to another. I think what we have to always remember with Donald Trump is that for him, politics is sport, and it's kind of like wrestling for him. He has these villains. He has this whole pantheon of villains that he has, but also members of MAGA have as well. People like Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, the whole of Europe, socialists, liberals, Muslims in some senses. He's having a poke there at Sadiq Khan because he's a Muslim mayor and he says he wants to usher in Sharia law. And there are certain issues that he always goes back to. So climate change being a hoax, immigration being a massive problem for Europe, something that he has controlled, but something that will lead to the ruin of Europe. These are all familiar themes, if you like, for Donald Trump. I think what was quite telling was when he met Antonio Guterres after the speech, it was all fine. It was all very cordial and civil. And I think a lot of this is actually aimed not at the people in this hall there, the iconic UN hall. It's the people outside. It's in America. It's particularly in his constituency, out there across the massive MAGA base, who see these organisations, these international organisations, they view them with great suspicion and they surround them with conspiracy theories. So it's a kind of irresistible target for him to come here and really lay into the UN, really lay into the EU, lay into people like Sadiq Khan. It plays well back in his base. He said in this speech that he is more popular than he's ever been, and the opposite is true. If you look at the opinion poll, the ratings and the approval ratings for President Trump, they are as low as they've ever been in his second term. And I think a lot of this was about domestic politics, pushing back against that and throwing some red meat, if you like, to his base by having a go at all kinds of their favourite enemies.